Hi Aries, this is Kat at Peace Tarot, and I'm going to be doing a general read for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm going to use the light seer deck and lay down a Celtic cross and then clarify as needed with the Smith-Waite Tarot, the Rider-Waite deck, and I'll pull some oracle cards. Everything has been pre-shuffled, so let's start. I'll shuffle a couple times on screen, break the deck, and we'll lay down the Celtic cross. Happy birthday to all my Aries that have birthdays this month. And if you like this video, if it resonates with you, consider subscribing, liking, sharing, leaving a comment. I know we all ask for that, but it really does help the channel. And the main purpose of these videos are to get the message out to as many people as possible. My intent, as always, is to receive messages from Spirit that will help you navigate through the energies of the month. This could be for all of April or whenever you see this video, in your highest vibration for your highest good, and to offer advice from Spirit as well. Okay, let's break the deck. There we go. All right. We have main energy, the Five of Swords, crossed by the Nine of Wands. On your mind right now, the Knight of Swords, at the root, Judgment. Past energy, the Six of Pentacles. Future energy, the Five of Cups. So let's look at that, okay, right away before we lay the staff down. No major, oh, we have the Judgment. Just one, well, it's a pretty big one, Judgment. You're being called. You're being called to lay down this burden here with this Five of Swords. You have the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups. Change, a different perspective, a different way of communicating. Looking for something that's, I'm getting balanced here. This could be in your relationships. This could be, we'll further clarify. I feel that you're wanting to rush into something right now. It could be a new relationship or approaching a relationship in a different way, but you have been carrying a burden. This has been a long time coming. Now let's see what else we have here in the staff. We have your strength, the Hermit. Nice, Virgo energy. Energy around you, the Star. Your hopes and fears. The Queen of Pentacles, nice. And the outcome in this energy is the Eight of Swords. All right, so with a lot of energy in Aries this month, I do feel that you are wanting to communicate something, but you don't feel that you are ready yet. You feel stuck with that Eight of Swords. There's a fear of rushing in. There's a fear of approaching this energy of communication with the swords in an energy where you don't think about it before you act. Maybe you've rushed in before and you're looking at a different way to approach this relationship that you still have. You're no longer looking at past relationships, I feel here, or you're looking at relationships that you want to create or put your energy into that you feel will actually grow and bring some abundance towards you or in your life. You're hoping, you've got major arcana with the Judgment and the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. The Star is Aquarius energy. And your hope and fear is that you can be abundant, that you can take care of yourself, that you can take care of others. And abundance in any form that you feel abundance works for you. It doesn't have to be money. It could be that it could be self-esteem here with the Queen of Pentacles, where you're going inside and wanting to create you've gone inside here with the Hermit as well, kind of leading the way here. on how to make this happen, how to make your hopes and dreams happen. When it comes to laying down this burden of approaching relationships with a win at all costs. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, what you don't see coming is the Two of Wands. Another decision here. A decision to either move forward or keep what you already have. You move forward in a different direction, or an approach is what I'm getting here, or keep what you have and I get the energy of staying with what you have now. It may not be as satisfying as you want it to be. You are not stuck with that Eight of Swords. There is always a choice, is what I'm getting with this Two of Wands. You always have a choice to go inside, make a more balanced approach to any relationships that you see you want to improve or you want to have more of a spiritual relationship with. This could even be with yourself. I do notice that we have this Nine of Wands here. You have Spirit stepping in with guidance to show the way, I feel, to others here, laying down this burden of having to be a winner in conversations, maybe have the last word. I'm getting with that. I feel like your communication is going to improve. I believe we have Venus coming into Gemini at the end of the month, which is going to be in your third house, which is going to be about conversation. You may be going inside trying to figure out, how can I approach this method of conversation or improve my conversation? What resources do I have? I feel that Spirit is calling you to lay down this burden, to go inside and look at that Queen of Pentacles facing the Eight of Swords. With the Eight of Swords, I also get as above, so below. A spiritual approach. What do you want to leave behind? Balance. I feel that in your conversations that you have with others, there can be major improvement if you lead the way. And the energy is here to lay down that burden. Use the energy that you've learned from the Hermit as you went inside of yourself. It looks like you took a lot of time to heal, and that's an ongoing process, but there has been a lot of healing here. And to approach this method of conversation in your relationships by looking at the balance between them, looking at a perspective of how your conversations affect you, but how they affect others. You may feel like you want to rush in towards something here. You have the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords, which is change. The communication isn't stable. The emotions aren't stable. And you feel like you want to rush in. But I feel like what you've learned here and what you're hoping for is that you can be the Queen of Pentacles. Know your worth. Know that you can provide. That you're more confident in yourself as you lead the way for others here with that Two of Wands. You can approach this differently. You can approach this differently with a different perspective. But it's going to take the energy of looking at what you want to leave. What is it that you want to leave behind spiritually? What did you come in to this universe, to this world, What was your initial contract? Do you need to tear up a contract that you feel you made with Spirit in the past and come up with a new contract? Or is there something here that you can um, focus on to improve your relationships when it comes to a new perspective and what you want to leave behind here? On the bottom of the deck of the Rider-Waite, we have the Six of Pentacles again. You want to give and receive and give. What can you tell Aries about this Nine of Wands? Okay, we're going to get into the area now of clarifying, and I'm curious about this Nine of Wands with the Five of Swords. All of the cards around the Five of Swords are relevant to the Five of Swords, so there's been a real burden here. Something came in quickly, I'm getting that, or you feel the energy of taking action quickly. So let's see what we have on that for the Nine of Wands for Aries. Completion of a cycle is possible with the King of Cups. Getting your emotions in balance. Feeling emotionally balanced yourself. Laying down this burden. I feel that the energy here that Spirit is trying to show you is that nobody wins with this Five of Swords. Lay down the burden, end this cycle. This could be something that you've been dealing with for a while. The energy here is by Spirit offering you the energy to complete this cycle, lay down that burden, approach all of your conversations and your relationships with the energy that you've learned from the King of Cups. Emotional balance, making a decision to use what you've learned by going inside with the Hermit and healing. Okay, what else do we have here? What about that Six of Pentacles? We've had that twice show up on the main Celtic Cross and then at the bottom of the Rider-Waite deck. What can you tell Aries? A whole new beginning in how you approach love, and the Seven of Wands. Boundaries. Boundaries is what I'm getting here. You also have the energy here of defending something here. It could be your relationship to your abundance. It could be your money. Material choices that you've made here that support your dreams. There could be a conflict about money here, some burden where you associate money with love. That's what I got with that. What about the Knight of Swords? We have the Hierophant. Be making a commitment. There's the Knight of Wands here. That's Taurus energy. What else do we have with that Knight of Swords? Making a commitment to build a more balanced, strong foundation here, to make your foundation stronger. There's been some kind of, I get a fear here with this Knight of Swords, some communication that may have affected your foundation. You may be teaching others about how to create a strong, loving relationship, to have what you need to be prosperous here with your foundation. What can you tell us about the Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Swords? Yeah, I feel like there's no more in and out for you with relationships. I feel that there's been energy here with these knights. You have the Knight of Swords, which are messengers. Something came in very quickly, or somebody rushed in. it could have affected your foundation. You've learned from it. You're teaching others. You're showing the way with the Hermit. You have learned a lot here. And yes, those relationships from the past did cause you a lot of pain. With this Knight of Wands, it's fire energy, where you've been, feel the need to rush in and make things happen. The energy I'm getting with this is that you have the opportunity here to act towards your relationships in a different approach. Yeah, you had a lot of pain. People did. Looks here like somebody literally, caused you a lot of pain, stabbed you in the back. There's been pain here. But I feel that Spirit is asking you to rise above it spiritually, to approach everything with a different perspective. We have the Five of Wands, the conflict on the bottom of the deck, to take action towards building stronger relationships, healthy relationships, relationships that are more connected to spirituality. What can you tell us about the Hermit? And there's your Ten of Wands, or excuse me, Nine of Wands. You've had that twice. I feel like you've carried a lot of the truth here, looked at the truth of the situation, looked at, with the Hermit, learning that this battle is not bringing you towards your hopes and dreams and your abundance. With this Page of Swords, there's been a lot of conversation that I feel has been murky, that I feel like there's this burden of where you're trying to understand it. Could be from your partner, it could be from any type of relationship. And the truth of the matter is that you've gone inside, you're approaching this in a different perspective. You have the Page of Swords. There is some kind of truth, acknowledgement that you've learned by being the Hermit, that sometimes there are people that you're associated with that just don't know how to give you what you need, and it may be up to you to show the way. What can you tell us about the Star? And there's the Two of Swords and the King of Wands. I feel like you have to take the action. You don't have to, but the energy is here. You're being called to lead the way, to show the passion, to know that it is up to you to find your happiness in this relationship if you continue to stay in the relationship, to look for the long run, the future. Look at your resourcefulness here. Take the blindfolds off. See what's in front of you. What are your hopes and dreams? What is for the benefit of all in relationships? How your decisions affect others? What about the Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you are higher than this energy, that you have more of a ascending energy, where you've learned a lot, you've made some type of spiritual connection. Yeah, you're looking for the long run here. You're looking at what you want to leave. There's the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Looking inside, what do you want to grow? What do you want to leave behind? What are you here in this world to do? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to drop this burden. You have resources. You have resources. You are not alone, is what I'm getting with that. You are not alone. This is for the long term. You have long-term successful abundance with family and friends and ancestors and spirit. You have everything here as the Queen of Pentacles to grow what you want. you're being called to end a cycle back here in the past that may be something that you've learned from early childhood on how relationships are supposed to be handled. Maybe, and I'm also getting that you weren't allowed to express yourself the way you wanted to, the way you felt was necessary. Um, but now you've gone inside, and I feel that you found out that you cannot, the wisdom that you've obtained here with that hermit is, you're hoping for a strong, loving foundation. You're making a commitment to it. Um, you're going to take action on it. Don't be afraid. You can create it yourself and show others and lead others instead of waiting for them to change. You cannot change a person. You can only lead the way, and hopefully by you approaching the relationships in your life with the energy of how you want to be treated in a relationship, you will grow what you want to grow. There's no promise of that, but you will be giving to it spiritually, regardless of others' relationships and how they approach them. And not to take on the burden of making everything work. They either work or they don't work, right? You do your part. You're overcoming this fear with the Chariot. And you also have the Moon here with the Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's been pain. There has been things that are hidden with the Moon. You're not sure where this path is going to take you. But I feel that you're making a spiritual contract with your faith, with spirit, to approach everything the way you have learned spiritually as you've healed, and create the relationships and approach them the way you want to be approached. And you'll start seeing what stays and what falls away, and that is the action that you're being asked to take. Okay, very nice reading. I like it. I'm going to get some higher self, or excuse me, angel numbers, and then we're going to do higher self oracle deck. This could be coming in the month of June that you start to feel this approach working, or feel like something has changed. I do get the energy a little bit for some of the Aries that you're hoping that something will happen quickly, but I feel that this is all about divine timing. 222, and we did have the Two of Swords here, where you're trying to go inside and make a decision. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you're nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. 222. Trust. Plant your seeds in the areas of your life and into the relationships of your life that you feel nurture you, and you nurture them. And trust that with a new perspective of approaching them in a different method, spiritually, lovingly, compassionately, using more of the divine feminine, that your approach will be returned to you in the same method. 3-3. Any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be worthwhile. Expect that your power to manifest and create will be heightened. Nice. Okay, and let's get a couple messages from your higher self. And, this one wanted to pop right away. There are many doors that lead you to the place where you truly belong. Very nice. So you are feeling, I do see the energy of, with these contracts, maybe making a new contract with yourself, a sacred contract. By doing this and approaching relationships in the most loving, spiritual perspective, that's all really Spirit can ask, or not ask you to do, but provide you that energy with, and you will see where you belong. If it's not returned to you, then you don't want to continue to put your seeds in that area, right? You don't want to consider to put your resources there. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. And we'll put that with the Aquarius energy. Let's get one angel message for Aries from your ancestors. This one popped out right away. Take action. You're in touch with your truth in the situation, and you need to trust your gut and lovingly, yes, lovingly assert yourself. And patience on the bottom of the deck. And like I said, I feel that that's all that we can do in relationships. We'll figure out where we belong once we really approach them the way we want to be approached and see who stays, who reciprocates, and who falls away. Beautiful reading, Aries. I hope this resonates. This is Kat at Peace Tarot. If you like this, consider looking at there'll be some shorts out, but look at the full video. Take the time possibly when you have some more time to not only look at the shorts, but to look at the video created. Thank you. Have a beautiful month of April and happy birthday.